from Miss Divine.
Family, we're so excited that you have tuned in to another Profit and Growth segment where we look to give you something for your head, something for your heart, and something for your hands to do. Family, we are here in studio. Oftentimes we're out in the fields, but then sometimes we like to bring it back home and come inside, out of the tumultuous weather, and be able. What you looking at?
I was looking at the weather.
Oh, it's tumultuous. No matter where you are, people, it's tumultuous. Take my word for it. It's tumultuous. Spell it.
He don't see what I see. Okay.
That's your SAT word for the day.
Tumultuous.
Yes. And we have in the studio with us.
Hello, I'm Genia Woods with WEY, where we encourage you. And I can't spell that word, and I can't even say it. But yes, I'm happy to be
Say
here.
it in Spanish. Exactly. Door exploring.
That's what I'm talking about. That is wonderful. Why do you like to encourage people?
Because everybody need it. So, listen.
No, they don't.
No?
No.
What?
Well, okay, it is a misconception that everybody wants to be helped because everybody don't want to be
Correct.
helped, actually.
That is true. Mm-hmm.
But the people I'm around want to be helped because I'm not around you if you don't want it. So,
Right.
So
we want to encourage
you.
you.
Don't serve the underserved. You don't serve the homeless and those that are disenfranchised. And
But those are people
that's
that want to
not-
be helped.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
some
They
homeless
don't
people
wanna
want to be.
Exactly. There's
Some.
voluntary homelessness and involuntary homelessness.
Well, see, let me tell you how to do. Let me put my shades right here because
Oh,
that's
okay.
cute. I don't want to. So, so let me see. You want to help people, and the way that you do that, you weed them out because you offer it. You say, "Here, I got help for you." And the ones that want it, they come and get it out your hand, and then you be like, "Oh, okay." So you have space now. Put something else in your hand to say, "Here, I got more help for somebody else." The ones that don't want it, they'll look, be like, "Nah, I don't want that. I'm good." And you be like, "That's fine."
You know, I
always talk about,
recently
me.
tried to help someone, and it's almost like they're addicted to their pain. And I felt so moved to try to help, and I did. And it's almost like they're comfortable where they're comfortable in their
Uncomfortable.
unstableness.
They are. It's a lot of people
it's
that
shocking.
addicted to that. It is a lot of people addicted to it. Matter of fact, I just did a video about being complacent or being calm, the difference. So complacent, I thought that it was just like, okay, you're okay. But it's more than that. Complacent is actually saying, I don't need nothing else. It's uncritical of yourself. So it's a person who's like, I don't need no help. I don't need that. Oh, you got something for me? No, I don't need that. I'm good. So you're good. You're just good where you are. You don't think you need any more help. You have tapped out and reached your level. I don't want to ever be there, but I want to be calm. I want to be, not cool.
Collected.
No controversy, no conflict. You
No
just
drama.
No drama. Just I'm good.
And some of that comes from more money, more problems. So I've met people that are accustomed, they were born into a poverty mentality, and that's what they know. And although they want more, they won't do more to get more because they're very familiar. Like this, I can manage this impoverished territory. Like this, I know how to manipulate. I know how to maneuver. I don't have to set my expectations on high. And I heard something the other night, FOMO, fear of meeting obstacles. You want more. However, it's just, I know that if I go out and pursue this job, I might or might not get it. If I fill out this application, I might get rejected. If I do whatever. So instead of me meeting that obstacle of what possibly could happen, because there's a big chance that everything goes your way, they just rather stay right where they are because that's
Fear of
comfortable for
failure.
them.
Fear of failure.
Feel your failure.
Yeah.
There's
Fear
a
of failure and
saying
fear of meeting
that
obstacles.
there's a saying that says new levels, new devils. So the higher a person becomes, the more money they have, the more accolades, the more promotions, the more celebrating that happens. That's when the enemy decides to come, steal, and destroy. Simply because he doesn't want you to be successful, he doesn't want you to grow, he doesn't want you to attain your level of excellence and all that God has placed inside of you. Therefore, when you get more money and you get those promotions, obviously haters come out of the woodworks. Criticizers, people that are trying to hold you down, hold you back.
Manipulators, fake friends.
Yes.
Yep, they all come out of the woodworks.
People you ain't seen in years be like, hey, how you doing? We should hang out.
Yeah.
I be like, you weren't trying to hang with me when, before all of this.
And the minute you say
resources.
that, oh, you've changed.
And you say yes.
like-
That's exactly what you should do.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Thank you for pointing that out. But I'm glad that you said all of this because I cannot make this up. I was just talking about this with my sister and how people, they say they want it. So if you say, okay, all you have to do is go on my website, WEYradiostation.com. Go on my website,
again.
WEYradiostation.com. Go on there, look at the page, submit your music, and we'll play it for you. Now,
Very generous.
that's all you have to do. No emails. And you say, okay, well, maybe it's like you said, maybe it's because of fear. Maybe they're skeptical, and you should be nowadays, you know. But then you say, okay, let me give you a little proof. Let me show you. Go to this page and WDRBmedia. Go look and see, and you'll see it. And they like, oh, this is real. Okay, well, they submit the stuff, but it's not up to par. So are you ready or you not ready?
Right.
You know, are you ready or you not ready? I heard this preacher said, a woman was traveling with her daughter, and I love telling stories.
Yes.
A woman was traveling with her daughter, and the daughter was sick, so she's in a rush. I got to get my baby some help, and so from afar, she see a sign that says doctor's office. So she goes to the doctor's office and she's rushing like, okay, hey, is the doctor here? The man looks out the window and says, there's no doctor here. He left about 6 months ago. And she said, well, take the sign down. The thing is, people have signs up and they're asking for help. Like hey, I need help. Then when you go help them, I really don't need help. Stop asking for stuff that you're not ready to receive because we can't give to you.
Stop
don't waste the
broadcasting
time.
stuff. Stop advertising stuff that you really don't need. Right.
Yeah, because you want to help people, like you said about your friend. If I want to help you, but there comes a time where you have to pull back and say, you know what?
Yep.
I that's it.
You hit the nail on the head with that.
That's it. I've given you my opinion. I've given you my experience.
And you've even given your help, and it's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. Thank you. And sometimes they'll accept the help and still stay where they're at. It's like they're not coming up. And I'm like, what you gonna do with what I gave you? Whether it was a resource of some sort, whether it was guidance, whether it was godly counsel, whether whatever it was to add value to your life, take it and take heed to it. Most people may take it and just sit exactly where they were the day before, the month before, the year
That's
before.
true.
But when you're helping people, are you, as they say, giving them a fish or teaching them how to fish?
Right.
You know, and there are some that you just give a fish to. You standing out there, you know, with your cardboard sign at the red light, okay.
Right.
But I've met people that I've had time and I've actually stopped. They were standing out there, passing out their little things or whatever. And I was like, hey, meet me in the parking lot right there. And then we'll have a discussion, not just how can I help you, but how can I help others like you?
Right.
At that point, if they're like, no, you know, I'm good, that's not it. Like, you're out here advocating for many. I don't want to help just you. What can we do together? How can I use my platform to be able to be a benefit to you? I remember I had a manager, and I've told this before. She was a manager of a department store, and they had outfits. They had like khaki pants, red shirts. So she decided to take applications. I went with her, and we went to this whole group of homeless people that sat right outside the mall all the time. And we brought applications, and we were helping them fill them out, and, you know, like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Fill out this application. We got a hotel room. You can go shower, change, and you can start working. And that way you're accommodated for, you're clean, you're there, you actually can get a check. Like, we can do that for you. Not one of them came. Not one.
Are you
came.
for real?
Not a one. Not
And how many
one.
people?
There were probably about 6 of them. That and I mean, like, this is what they did. This was their job.
That was their
job. They
job.
literally sat there on the corner, and when she got into a position to be a blessing, she was like, I know the first people I want to help, and she did.
That's
They
because
wouldn't
on the
accept
corner, you can make $25,000 a year.
or more.
Right.
Or more.
Depending upon where
New
you
York
are.
City, right.
In New York
Right.
City, you can make about $50,000 a year. Out in Miami, LA, you can make about $60,000, $70,000 a year. Just by
Just
asking.
begging,
Right.
asking.
Yeah. So for some people, they would rather do that than have to get up, punch a clock, answer to somebody.
And get this, I was looking at I don't know if it was I think it was some type of documentary. Did I say that right?
Documentary.
Documentary.
She said it in Spanish. It's fine.
Yeah, it was in Spanish. Yes, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And it was showing, picking out people in different cities who were 6 figures, 7 figures rich, and they would be out on the corner begging, dressed in different attire. But they would go home to these $300,000 homes, $500,000 homes, and they had all of this estate and all. I'm like,
Yep.
there was one guy in LA who did it, very wealthy, but he donated every penny to a nonprofit organization helping shelters like that. And I said, wow.
Right.
Because he took what the fakers, if that's even a word, the fakers were doing,
Right.
and truly donated. He didn't need the finances. They showed where he donated every year X amount of dollars, everything he because he said, this is what I did. But there's so many people in that city, they didn't know who he was.
Right.
So they actually, even after shedding light on the story, he still continued to do it until his death.
That's so perspective. Just a different perspective. That just shows what we sow into. Now, for a person to get rich from people giving, that means that
He didn't get his wealth that way though.
But
he was already
had-
wealthy.
Already wealthy.
Yes, he was
And
already
then
wealthy.
Gained the substantial amount asking for money too.
Well, here's the thing. He was already wealthy in the movie industry.
Okay.
And, so he was a
Right.
producer or something. So he had funds upon funds. Once he established himself, he didn't have to work anymore. Then he went to begging, and everything he earned through begging, he
He gave-
donated.
and see,
so he
it's-
lived off of what he earned prior to
Right.
doing the begging.
See, and so my point with that is, like, even though he did a good thing, my perspective would be how people give and why do people give to certain things. You have businesses, a lot of businesses, black-owned, minority businesses that you can sow into, and it seems like it's so hard for people to sow into that. But they'll give money to the person, and you say, well, maybe they giving because this person don't have anything. Yeah, they don't have anything, give to that. But then when you come over here and say, hey, you can sow into this person, this business, help it grow so it can in turn give back to the community even
And
more.
get a return on what you invested.
Yeah, it's hard for people to do
tax.
it. It seemed like they just, back away from giving.
Because they know that if they help a business or somebody that's out there grinding and hustling and making a difference, that person eventually is going to become successful. And in doing so, they will now, because of that crab and barrel mentality, be scared of helping you rise and become successful, because they know that that one day you will exceed them. Where that homeless person, they have no fear of that individual ever rising above their particular stature. So let me go ahead and help them, because they're not a threat to anything that I'm doing. Where small business owners tend to be a threat to other small business owners, which is why we have the crab barrel mentality, and we don't want to support one another, because we don't understand that.
When one
It's
chicken
enough
never go
out
up, we
here
all
for
go up.
everybody.
Exactly.
And I like the
Collaboration
Biz,
over
Mr.
competition.
Biz, Dr. Biz. Okay, see, yes, that's good stuff, because everybody, that's why I'm helping people, because I want to change the perspective. People, if you can't change your mind, you won't be able to change things in your life.
Yeah.
You'll be the same all the time. And
It's a renewing of your mindset.
the renewing of your mindset. And people are like crabs. And until you say, hey, listen, it's enough out here for all of us, you won't be able to be in a room with another radio personality and be yourself and not try to compare yourself. You'll be comparing yourself, and let me see her flaws so I can make her a little bit less than me. And it's not about that. That's what I want to help people start becoming aware of their mindset.
Right.
I was
And you
meeting with
see-
a guy yesterday, and he literally started tearing up and breaking down, because we were talking and sharing and ministering, but his What he claimed to be a failure was how he let down his son. Because there's things that he's doing now that if he knew 20, 30 years ago, he'd be in a better situation. So he knows the stuff now, but this was the stuff that he could not teach his younger child. Balancing checkbooks and saving money and emergency funds and multiple streams of income and healthy living and taking care of yourself while you're young, getting your exams and things of that nature. So he literally broke down and he was shamed that because none of this was shared with him when he was growing up, so he couldn't share it with his son. So it became a ministry opportunity where I'll be meeting with his son because his son now doesn't want to receive it from him.
Oh, wow.
Simply because he felt that this was information that should have been taught while his son was younger. He's now an adult now. But he's not able to get through because he wasn't there for him and didn't teach him those life lessons along the way.
And see, and that's where it's imperative that everyone knows where help is needed. Like, if you don't pay attention to what's going on, you don't know where to help. And like, you don't know what you don't know, and you can't. So for me, my mom taught me and raised me, and she did a wonderful job, like an amazing job. Thank you, Linda Knight. But did a wonderful job. But there's always going to be something. I got older and said, man, maybe she could have did this different. But now I have children of my own. And so you could say that once you at the end. I didn't have to really go through that with her, like have to sit down and think about ways to teach me. She had to do that by herself and with my dad. So when I get through it, I can look back on her and say, hey, you could have probably did this better. Well, now I got children. My children going to grow up and say, you know what? You could have did this better, Mom. Because that's what life is, a learning experience, you know?
The radio station has an event that's called the Millionaire Mindset Mastermind. And you said you don't know what you don't know. That is an opportunity for not only radio hosts, but people of the public to come out and hear from CEOs and people that have made it. And then there's groups that have not made it. There are groups that are in the makings of it. But when you surround yourself with like-minded people, then that is an opportunity that's open. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's typically the first Monday of each month is the Millionaire Mindset Mastermind. And that is when you get to come in, and they have speakers, financial advisors may come in. And children are welcome from,
of course,
I don't know what the age bracket is. Don't bring the babies with diapers and the bottles unless you
crying.
have a babysitter. Right. They're not, I don't know what you're going to teach them, baby Zumbini. But for the young kids, I mean, now is the time to expose them. They might not get something out of it, but if a parent makes that a regular Sunday, school, wash behind your ears. Well, now they're used to attending networking opportunities to get education on what they may or may not know. You're just instilling something in them that when they get older, what your mom didn't know then, well, look at the difference in the time gap as well.
Exactly.
Maybe she did everything she could during that era and
what
that
she
time.
knew.
Well, social media and millennials and
internet
apps and everything else has now evolved, and no telling what our children will have by then as well. But we can't teach them the future mechanics, but we can teach them the foundation.
That's
of what
it.
to develop it.
And just to piggyback off of what Gunn said, the Millionaire Mindset Mastermind is in the evening. So it's normally when most folk have finished their day. So it's around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we normally have it here on site at WDRB Media Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. And, just real quick, because I know we got to go to break, what you were saying as it relates to us coming together and what you were saying, Dr. Biz, regarding competition. We're in competition with each other because we're afraid that one may exceed the other. That's why we do what we do here at WDRB Media, is because we're not dog eat dog. There's no snake going on, and we're all about family. We're family oriented. We're all about helping each other come up because we're all different, and we use those unique talents that each of us have so that we can go up as one ship, so we can all come up together. And where one is lacking, there's somebody else in the house who has that knowledge or that resource that can help you get to where you need, and vice versa, which is hence why we at least once a month have group training workshops exclusive to our radio hosts on a weekend, and we bring a caterer in, we have food, we network together, and we also learn about the industry, learn about broadcasting, learn how we can be a blessing to the community outside of the initial family here at WDRB Media. So we're all a team, and we bring each other together so we know that we can get to know each other as a true family and find out what is it that you need. And whoever's in the house that knows how to cater to that need, they can cater to the need. Because I think we're like 70, 80 deep now. Yeah. So we're almost at capacity as it relates to block programming and things of that nature, because that's always been our format. But, whoever get in where you can fit in. But like you said, we provide the help. And another way we provide help is through our community give back program, where we tell people, hey, we're giving you free radio advertising that's funded through a nonprofit who has grants to pay for it. And I tell you, people will come, they'll get excited, they'll meet, and then guess what they will do? They will forget to submit their information so we can produce their commercial. How ignorant is that?
They ain't ready.
Ignorant and
They ain't ready.
wasteful.
They ain't ready.
Not stupid,
Praise
but
you for that
ignorant.
give back. I'm gonna clap on that one, because yay.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And we're always going to do it. We're going to keep thriving. We're going to keep putting resources out there for the community, for people who claim that they want help. And time will tell who really takes advantage of the resources that we have. Can you tell people again about your organization, your website, and how they can get in touch with you?
Yes, again, I'm Genia Woods with WEY, where we encourage you, and that's what we intend on doing, encouraging you. We do not force feed, okay? We are here to give you, you can be, they're like, no, I don't want it. Okay, so yes, we're not here to force feed, just to give and see where you need help at. And if we can't give it to you, we can find the resources for you so you can get the help. You can reach me at weyradiostation.com, weyradiostation.com. And we encourage you on Facebook
And when your show
Instagram. That's Saturday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like saying it that way.
Right, say it again. Say it again.
Eastern Standard Time.
Excellent.
Yes.
Family, you're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media.
The voice of the community. I meant to prep you.
I felt the nudge, but I would have came in too late.
Awesome.
That is nice what we doing. Just talking. I like this.
So like I said, the
John, how long
format
was
we
that?
started, did our
Okay,
intro,
thank you.
individuals,